Happy Pride, Alok.
Hi, happy Pride.
Congrats on being a Queerty Pride 50 honoree this year, and thank you so much for chatting with us today. I wanted to start with kind of a fun icebreaker question, which was you recently were part of a comedy ensemble with Hannah Gadsby and other prominent queer comedians, Gender Agenda. So I wanted to ask you, what is your secret to nailing a joke to get the LOLs?
Okay, so actually, you can punctuate a joke with blinks. So oftentimes I flutter my eyes or look down, and the dramatic lash helps accentuate the joke and make it even longer. I actually learned so much comedy from drag, which I think is a comedic art form. And drag and comedy both need each other in this profound way. And I think lashes can help accentuate jokes.
On social media, you've been posting so much about your upcoming tours. So I'm curious, how do you practice self-care on the road? And then is there one item that you have to take on the road with you at all times?
So I don't practice self-care on the road at all. And it's sleep deprivation. It's constant stress. It's like weeks to recuperate after the fact. But one thing that I do is I bring friends with me. So I have like a little bit of home with me everywhere I go, because there's nothing more destabilizing often than just being in a place where you don't know anyone in your own hotel room, being like, who am I? What's going on? So it's helpful to have a friend. But then by the end of the tour, they're frustrated with me because they're also sleep deprived and like, why did I sign up for this? And one must have I actually have right next to me, clear eyes. These are for like red eyes. So when you're like on 40 minutes of sleep and you're performing and your eyes are bloodshot, these make your eyes go white, and it's very helpful.
I love it. Eye drops and friendship. I mean, those are two invaluable things that we need. As you can see, I'm such a huge fan of yours. And you've famously said on Glennon Doyle's podcast, We Can Do Hard Things, that when you feel fear bubbling up, you stare it down and you say, I love you, which I think is such a powerful tool for folks, particularly in our community. So I guess I just wanted to see if you could speak a little bit more on that and how you use fear to take risks in life.
I used to see fear as an obstacle to the things that I wanted to actualize in my life. But now I believe that fear is an integral ingredient in the creation of the kind of world that I want. I'm actually not interested in overcoming fear. Fear has actually been something that has motivated me, because what I've learned is that fear often is a desire for self-protection. And so in one narrative, I can pathologize it, and the other, I can say, oh, it totally makes sense that I want to remain safe. But is this safety remaining still, or is safety actually giving myself permission to continually grow? So dialoguing with fear, confronting with fear, seeing what fear brings up actually has been a profoundly creative process for me. It's allowed me to go into crevices of myself that I didn't think I'd ever be able to, learn more about myself. So when the goal becomes less about safety and more about expansion, then I think fear becomes a necessary ingredient.
Wow, that's truly so inspiring. I'm a triple Scorpio, so I'm going to definitely take some of that advice to heart. Kind of off of that, something that we're asking all of our Pride 50 honorees is, what is your queer superpower?
My queer superpower is alchemy, being able to translate a lot of the vitriol and aggression I experience and turn it into beauty and empowerment. I see that as a queer tradition of camp, of like, you're going to throw us in the trash, but we'll find next season's accessories right there. It's that constant process of recycling that allows us to regenerate ourselves over and over again.
Thank you so much for, again, chatting with us and being a part of this year's Queerties Pride 50. I hope you have an amazing Pride season.
Thank you.